Hey everyone, welcome to the very special 9/11 live stream. This is Live of Hope 34. And welcome back, Magic. Before we start this live stream, I want to take a time. Please stand up and rise and put your right hand over your arm on your heart. And we're going to celebrate we celebrate the 9/11 by singing the one and only, the national anthem. Oh, you see, can you see all the dazzling light was so proudly at the twilight's last gleam, whose post rise and blessed through the perilous fight. Oh, the represent was the gallantly streaming, and the rockets twinkling, the buzzers seated gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say that the stars they go with. Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave. That okay. And second thing, before I start this special story of live stream of 9/11, if you are new to the channel, welcome. Hit the subscribe down below so you can join the magic pack. I made these videos. Well, I know you're a really special thing. This is a special edition live stream. I make live stream videos every single Friday, but this is a special 9/11 special, so you guys will get to hear the little story about 9/11 itself. Well, with all that said, let's get to it. Well, I will tell you, so that helped me show you pictures. If I figure out where I do with my photos, I prepared them earlier, but where I put them? Bear with me, everybody. Here they are. Sorry, everyone. If you look like you're all of you are thinking, I am not prepared today, but I decide to prepare them and doing this with a little love, and I have. So, if you don't know, the 9/11, the Twin Towers, they used to. I'll show you some great photos of them before we get to the part. It's a little sad part. So, the Twin Towers, some of you guys might have heard way back in 2001. I wasn't even born yet, sadly. Some of my family did because the Twin World Trade Center of 9/11 has sadly lost their lives in the Twin Towers. And we're also going to watch a video. Some of the people that I prepare on my TV that we're going to watch, and it used to be like this. It's all happy and everybody go there all the time. And if you don't know, sometimes most of the time in one of the Twin Towers, they have a wonderful restaurant like this. This is what it looks like. The table's all set up with fancy things, and that's something that a lot of people go there to go eat and do work or anything. And there's a lot more I could print, but I can't. But now we're going to get to the... Until then, now this is the part really sad. If you don't know, an airplane hit hit one of the first towers, and a lot of people inside the airplane got hurt and died in that Twin Tower. And especially these people were inside the Twin Towers. Luckily, a lot of people able to get out of the tower quick before the tower falls. But some people realized they had to jump to their death. There's no way out of there if they're like up in the higher floor. If I was there, I would have got out and run. But I wasn't even born yet. But sorry, guys. I'm born in 2003. And sadly, after a few hours, one tower fell down. But we'll get to the point in the video of and you'll see the real Twin Towers. But now for today, they build memorial stands for a lot of people who have suffered and died in the World Trade Center. And also, hey, wait a minute, I forgot to mention it before I even start today's video, and I should have done it earlier. I totally forgot. My brother-in-law's birthday. So a happy birthday, Steven, if you're watching this. Happy birthday, and I'm very sorry. I totally forgot. I should have done that in the beginning, but that's okay. I bet you guys are really trying to get on the point positive, and I just got over the story. But now what we do is just give me a minute. I need to get everything all set up for the video, and we're gonna watch probably a who's in here are watching Brain Pop when they're in school? Let me know if you are a big Brain Pop fan. I am. And that's why I plan to set up a Brain Pop video a little bit more about 9/11. More than I did. I tried so hard, but that's okay. It's always good to do your best, especially when you're a YouTuber. But let me try to get everything set up. But first, we're going to watch the people, their reactions about the time in 9/11. Let me get some numbers. Just give me a minute. Oh my gosh, this is so tedious. I'm seriously sorry. This is something I never prepared on these videos from that, which is a video. Oh, yeah, I found one. Perfect. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to bring you guys along. But sorry guys, let me see if I can unloose you all. And now, can you guys see the video pretty well? Can you guys see the video pretty okay? It's unbelievable.
It was the sound of the first plane slamming into the North Tower that jolted then NYU student Caroline Dries and her roommate from their sleep. Caroline grabbed her video camera and started rolling.
I had just received the camera like a week previously, and so the night before was the first time I was actually using it, so it was just sitting on my desk.
Is that the scariest thing I've ever seen in my life? It looked like an airplane crashed into the building. Thank God it wasn't murder.
We were kids. Like, we were so vulnerable and so naive.
Dad, what is that falling? Is that a person?
Weird.
I'm falling.
My reaction was, there's no way people are going to be jumping to their death. I just couldn't go there.
Caroline kept rolling, her hand steady, her nerves not.
Oh my god! What? Oh my god!
I just remember feeling like I don't know what to do.
Oh my god! What do we do? I don't know!
That feeling of being so vulnerable was so overwhelming. And so we ran out of the apartment, took the elevator down to the street, and it was just kind of pandemonium on the street with no one knowing what was happening.
Feeling unsafe, they went back up to their apartment.
Megan drinking Applebee's and vodka.
Mine's just your mom. Shooter.
Mom, this is so loud. Wait, sorry. Oh my god!
Like the thing
Oh,
God is still so chilling for goosebumps to see that. It looked like a monster. It looked like something out of a horror movie. This just massive dust cloud consuming everything in its path. It's just so surreal.
10 years later, Caroline Dries is all grown up, a successful writer and producer in Hollywood. But she acknowledges she's already made the most compelling television of her life.
It took kind of 10 years for me to understand why this footage is special. People, I think, want to remember the details clearly, to hold on to it because they know how significant it was. Sometimes I think, it would be nice to have not filmed it, to just have run and let time kind of erase all of the details and just moved on a little faster.
Jessica Gomez for CNN Los Angeles.
All right, so that's that. So, I think this is the video that none of the people are currently to watch right now, and I'm so sorry. But the next one, we're gonna get more details. We're gonna watch a brain pop video. If I can find it. Just bear with me, guys. I'm so sorry. I would have prepared a lot better. Okay.
I think this is it. Dear Tim and Moby, I know that the Twin Towers fell on 9/11, but why would someone do that? From Tiffany. This is a tough one. Maybe we should go over what happened first. The morning of September 11th, 2001 started off as your average Tuesday. People went to work, kids went to school, and everyone pretty much went about their business as usual. At 8:46 a.m., though, everything changed. that moment, an airplane full of passengers flew into one of the Twin Towers. Those were the two tallest structures of the World Trade Center in downtown New York City. All the people on the plane were killed, and so were many people in the building. No. Then, about 20 minutes later, a second plane flew into the other tower. It was then that people started to realize that this was no accident. It was an attack. It was clear that the planes had been hijacked or forcefully taken over. Shortly after that, there was another plane crash, but this time it was at the Pentagon, right outside Washington, D.C. The Pentagon is the headquarters of the U.S. Department of Defense. Next, the unthinkable happened. Back in New York, the South Tower of the World Trade Center collapsed. It was a devastating blow. Debris flew everywhere, and all of downtown Manhattan was covered in a cloud of dust and smoke. Fortunately, most people were able to get out of the tower before it fell, but many others, including firefighters and police officers who had gone in to help, were trapped and killed. Well, the building had actually been designed to handle small crashes, but nothing like this. The fuel from the airplane ignited an enormous fire that destroyed the skyscraper's internal structure. It was the same problem at the North Tower, and at 10:28 a.m., it too collapsed. Hundreds of people lost their lives in an instant. Around the time of the South Tower's collapse, another plane crashed in an empty field in Shanksville, Pennsylvania. This fourth hijacked plane was most likely intended to hit another building, but evidence suggests that passengers took the airplane over from the hijackers, causing it to crash. There were no survivors. Yeah, all told, 3,000 civilians lost their lives that day. It was the worst attack on U.S. soil since the bombing of Pearl Harbor in Hawaii in 1941. Right, so let's talk a little bit about why all this happened. Hijacking a plane is a form of terrorism. That's an act of violence designed to spread fear in others and attract attention to a political cause. The September 11th attacks were carried out by 19 members of a terrorist network called Al-Qaeda. It wants to rid the Muslim world of Western ideas, especially anything from the United States. 9/11 was meant to scare the U.S. into withdrawing support for certain governments in the Middle East. Al-Qaeda would promote revolutions in these nations, then set up religious governments friendly to their organization. And that brings us to Al-Qaeda's larger goal, to hijack Islam itself. They would like the world to believe that they're acting on the religion's behalf, which is ridiculous when you think about it, at all. Islam is a major world religion made up of nearly 2 billion people. It's not represented by a criminal organization. Good question. You might have heard that a guy named Osama bin Laden was responsible for the events on 9/11. Osama bin Laden was the head of the Al-Qaeda network. He didn't personally take part in the attacks, but as Al-Qaeda's leader, bin Laden helped plan and carry the whole thing out. Well, the United States responded to 9/11 by invading Afghanistan, a country that was harboring Al-Qaeda members. Much of Al-Qaeda's organization was destroyed, and certain key leaders were killed. After nearly a decade in hiding, Osama bin Laden was eventually found and killed by the U.S. government. But even as Al-Qaeda has been weakened, other terrorist groups have sprung up in their place. Back home, it's been hard to rebuild. Many lives were shattered in the aftermath of the September 11th attacks, but families, friends, and complete strangers pulled together to help out relatives and friends of the victims, both on the day of the attacks and in the weeks and months that followed. Within a year, all physical damage to the Pentagon was repaired. It's been a much tougher rebuilding process here in New York, but things are looking up. By 2012, the new World Trade Center became the tallest building in New York. I couldn't agree more.
All right, so so one thing the main thing about it is one thing I want to mention that a lot of people somehow. So I need to ask you all something. Have you found a family of yours or family of yours had going through a really hard time because of 9/11? Their family, friends has and loved ones has somehow died in that accident. Or it's like it's not an accident, but it's more like attack. Please let me know comments, and then I would like to hear that from you all. So, um, so that's all I'm gonna film for now, guys. So thank you so much for the special live stream, and I felt really excited to do this with you guys. But before I go, I want to take a time, just a minute, to thank these wonderful people who have served their country to help put our world a better place. So thank you to those who care for us and loving us, who make our world a better place. So I do really appreciate that. And also, sorry, my voice is trying to build up because right now I'm trying to save my voice right now. It's just like I have a little cold or something. I hoping that I recover my cold soon enough as possible, but so yeah, and if you guys are curious what I'm wearing today, I am wearing this 9/11 shirt. So this is more like a 4th of July shirt, but I would use this at the 4th of July. I used the 4th of July shirt as my 9/11 shirt I wear to celebrate the love of witness of the 9/11 people who are suffer and die through this major attack. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a like on this video. Also, let me know um and let me know of your story of your time in 9/11. If you're like born or you're from the 90s stage. So I really like to hear from you guys about them. So yeah, so thank you so much for watching. And then I'll see you guys on Friday for the regular live stream. Bye.